Ballard at Ballard Sports Media. Coming at you with a video today as we get set for the 3:30 game of the week on CBS. It's Alabama, it's Texas A&M, it's Kyle Field. We already got Tidal Wave Talk scheduled as you're watching this. Hopefully it uploads on Thursday night for you. If not, early Friday morning. Either way, thanks for watching this video. Be sure to hit that thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. We really would appreciate it. I'm excited for this game. I'm excited for this matchup. But what you see by the title, gotta play your game, says Nick Saban, sending a clear message to Jalen Milroe before the Texas A&M road trip to Kyle Field. And when you look at Jalen Milroe, he actually got his first career start. Remember, Bryce Young got hurt last year before the A&M game. I think he hurt his shoulder, and it was an injury that set Bryce Young back a little bit. He had to recover. It was the one game. He was out, but Jalen Milroe came in, and there was a lot of criticism on the Alabama sideline. There was a lot of criticism from the college football universe and all the fans out there that he's just not good enough. He won't amount to anything. And he's getting better by the week, at least in my opinion, from what I'm seeing. You can say whatever you want about the competition. Oh, outside of Texas, what kind of defense have you played? I understand. I get it. But this could be a statement game on the road at Kyle Field for Jalen Milroe if he performs up to the standard. Again, his first start, remember, was Texas A&M 24-20. Alabama had won that. And then you look at the coaches. Let's get into that for a second. Jimbo Fisher, 1-6 against Nick Saban, 43-22 overall at Texas A&M. This is going to be a great game. Nick Saban is 29-3 against former assistants as of this year. If he wins Saturday, he gets his 30th win over an assistant coach, a former assistant coach. That's huge. That's a big milestone, at least in my book. But what is he looking forward to? What he says is he is sending a message to Jalen Milroe before this homecoming game for Jalen Milroe, who, by the way, is from Katy, Texas. 82 miles south of Kyle Field. I get this information from AL.com. Looking forward to it. Thursday on the Pat McAfee show, speaking, Coach Nick Saban revealed one of his messages to Jalen Milroe before the number 10 Crimson Tide head to the Lone Star State. He went on to say, and I quote, "I try to prepare them for what we're going to get into. It's going to be a tough environment, a lot of noise. Got to practice that today so we can stay focused on what's happening on the field and not let all the external factors of what's happening around us influence or affect our play." Then he goes on to say he just met, at the time of this interview with Pat McAfee this morning on the show, he said, "I just met with Jalen and I told him the same thing. I said, just because you're going back to Texas, that doesn't mean you got to do something different. You just got to play your game. Fundamentally, do what you're supposed to do so it gives you the best chance to be successful." That speaks volume to me. I don't know about anybody else. But this is going to be a game where offense is going to matter. Connor Wegman got hurt. Prayers up to the good Lord above that he heals up. We're praying for healing. Really bad injury for Connor Wegman last week. Man, I hope he gets better. I don't want to see anybody get hurt. Haynes King is gone at Georgia Tech. So who steps in for quarterback for Texas A&M? Well, Max Johnson, LSU transfer. A couple years ago at least. He's waited his turn. Has he beat Alabama? No. No, he's played. But he's lost. But that's okay. The offense with Bobby Petrino this year has looked pretty good. It's been successful, and it's been dominant. Is it going to be enough to keep up with what Alabama will possibly do offensively in this football game? I think it could be even more. I do think Alabama's going to get the win, but I think yardage and everything, I just think Alabama's going to hold on a red zone defense and stop them in the red zone, force 3-and-outs, field goals, punt situations. But if you want to bet on better offensive mind, Jimbo or Nick Saban, go with Jimbo. Go with Bobby Petrino. Go with Max Johnson. Go with these guys at A&M over Jalen Milroe and Nick Saban. Nick Saban's a great head coach. He's the greatest of all time. He's the best today. But he is more so on the defense. We've known that. Dominant defenses, right? Defense needs a statement game. That's a whole nother topic for another video later on, however you want to look at it. But like he says, you got to play your game. You got to bring your A game. You got to go on the road. You got to play in this environment, Jalen Milroe. This is your team. This is your moment. It's going to be tough. SEC road environment for Jalen Milroe. Has he faced that as a starter? Honestly, he hasn't. Go back to the Ole Miss game. It was, in Tuscaloosa this year, the SEC opener. He went on the road against USF this year. But that's not the SEC. The SEC road environment is it is really something else. So, anyway, I look at this game. It's going to be a good one. I have the score prediction for you on Friday with Tidal Wave Talk. You don't want to miss it. It's going to be a good one. I hope you can tune in. I love y'all. Y'all have a blessed weekend. Enjoy your college football. Don't forget, we'll be live on Saturday for Alabama and Texas A&M. I'm wearing a special shirt, by the way, that has nothing to do with either one of these teams, but I'm doing it for my grandparents. It is a Penn State whiteout t-shirt that my grandmother got me when she visited her family a couple weeks ago in Pennsylvania. So for her, I'm going to wear the shirt, and we hope to have a good game on Saturday. I love you guys. God bless you. And roll tide. Ballard Sports Media. Check it out. I love y'all. Peace.